We back. It's your boy Robbie. We're going to be looking at a video from Antonio Talks, and this is going to be discussing black representation in video games. Now, I'm not going to lie, for the most part, our representation has pretty much been more so the vigilante, things like that. But we're just going to see what the brother got to say. So make sure you like, sub to the channel. Let's get to this video.
Black representation in video games. Let's talk about it. So I've been playing video games my entire life. Growing up, my friends would jokingly refer to me as a game freak. And if I take a look back, I kind of did fit that description. It all started with the PlayStation 2 to me. My older brother had this console, and looking up to him, I played all the games that he did. GTA San Andreas, Def Jam Fight for New York, WWE SmackDown vs. Raw, and pretty much all of the NFL and NBA Street titles. Surprisingly, these games had very high black representation. This was my first introduction to gaming, so I thought it was the norm. Now fast forward to December 25th, 2011, I got my hands on my very own PlayStation 3. Growing up with siblings, man, y'all do not understand how annoying it is having to share a console. So when I got my own...
See, luckily for me, I didn't have that problem because I didn't have any brothers, and my youngest sister wasn't born until 2005. I was already about to be 16, so I didn't have to worry about that. I pretty much had my console to myself, you know what I'm saying? But shout outs to those who have siblings. I'm sure that was fun times.
I was happy as hell. This is where my love of gaming really grew, and I also started to expand my category of the games I was playing. As I started dibbling and dabbling into different games, I started noticing something. It's not a lot of niggas in these titles. Now today we're gonna be doing a dive into black representation in video games. I'm going to be addressing the lack of representation, how it can be better, and also titles where I liked how black people were represented in these games. I want to go ahead and clarify this like I do in every video. If you are one of those people that use the sentiment, it's not that deep, go ahead and click off my video, bro. We get deep over here, okay? Pause. But look, no more talking. I hope y'all enjoy this, man. Let's get into it. Black protagonists in video games are rare. Under 5% of major AAA games have a black lead. Historically, since the dawn of gaming, there has always been a white male lead with a gun. Master Chief from Halo, Nathan Drake from Uncharted, Joel from Last of Us. The examples are endless, and we can literally go on and on listing these people off. I've played pretty much all of these games and loved them. Despite the race of anything, I've always valued art, TV shows, movies, books, gaming. But on the other hand, I love me some black representation. Sad thing is though, man, the same cannot be said for others. Because in 2026, just the thought of a non-white male lead will get labeled as woke or DEI higher, some lame bullshit. Now to start of this video, I want to talk about some black protagonists that I've played and I come across. CJ from San Andreas is probably the most notable. Releasing in 2004 and selling over 27 million copies, this game was a hit. The way y'all see it, y'all know I gotta get deep. CJ represents the struggle of black American youth in inner city America. We see him deal with gang violence, drug dealing, police corruption, and broken families. Something that black people in inner cities can most definitely relate to. Now the story follows him returning back home after his mother was gunned down in a shooting. His father is never mentioned in this story, and you know, y'all know me, I add that to the notes. This is a stereotype for black people. They think a lot of us don't have dads, or our dads are in jail, or they're dead, you know? It is the case for some individuals, but not all of us. I can just imagine, you know, a young white kid playing this game that has never interacted with black folks, seeing this and thinking, they all are like this, you know? That's why I just kind of say, you gotta be intentional when you write these characters. To be fair, I don't think Rockstar had this in mind. Just even at this time, in 2004, making a black person your lead, that's crazy. Even though CJ wasn't written the best, I love his character and we all can appreciate him. Now my next example is a character in a game you probably never heard of. Marcus Reed in the game True Crime New York. Now this game wasn't that popular. It released back in 2005, and by December of that year it sold 348,000 copies. This was a flop in Activision's eyes, but numbers never tell the true story. This game was amazing and the lead was even better. This game stars Marcus Reed, a former gangster turned NYPD officer. He works his way up and eventually is promoted to organized crime unit. The story follows him as he investigates multiple crime organizations. Now what makes this game very interesting is you can play as a good cop or a bad cop. We can see how Marcus uses a mix of, you know, his street smarts and his trained police background to get the job done. There are even 2 different endings to this game, but it all depends on how you play, you know, being a good or bad cop. This game deserves its flowers, and I don't know what caused it to do bad. Maybe it wasn't promoted as good, or maybe people didn't want to play as a black character. I don't know. Now let's talk about one of the most loved black protagonists, Lee Everett from the Walking Dead Telltale series, specifically season 1. He is a deep character with a, you know, kind of troubled past. The game starts off with him in the back of a police car after being convicted of murder. I don't know, y'all, is that playing into the angry black man trophy going to jail? Okay, let me chill. It turns out he murdered a state senator who was sleeping with his wife. While being transported to a prison, a zombie apocalypse breaks out. Throughout the game, we see Lee develop his survival skills. He's learning how to make better moral choices and also becomes a great leader. What we all adore about him the most, though, is his relationship with Clementine. Now, Lee is introduced to Clementine when she's about 8 or 9 years old. She was separated from her parents because of this whole zombie apocalypse. Lee takes her under his wing and they end up forming a father-daughter bond. Lee goes from a person who is, you know, extremely flawed, ashamed of his past, feeling guilty, so by the end of the game, man, a protector, a great leader, and an overall loved person. I don't want to spoil the story, man. Just know I'm a real nigga and I don't cry. But at the end of that season, a real nigga shed a tear, alright? Black male leads are rare in gaming. But you want to know what's even more rare? Black woman leads. The most notable character for this is Clementine from The Walking Dead. We just discussed her. There are many discussions surrounding her race, and it is kind of, you know, troublesome. To me, she looks racially ambiguous. And what you notice is that within media, they always try to frame a light-skinned person or, you know, someone of mixed descent as the standout for the entire race. This is
I know I'm pausing the video, but I let it play for a good bit before I decided to say anything. But I think what it is, the reason why we don't see too many people that look like us in video games is because we don't really dominate in the gaming space in terms of development. You don't see a lot of us working in IT, or not even IT, but just writing the games, you know, the code and stuff like that. We're really not in that space. Do we play video games? Absolutely. You know, we dominate in 2K and stuff like that. You see us all the time in those games. But there aren't too many black people, I think, working in the computer science game development space for these big gaming companies, software companies, EA and Ubisoft and, you know, things like that. Bungie. I don't even know if Bungie's still around. But you get my point. So I think that's another hurdle that we also have to think about too.
It's a problem because, you know, black people such as myself or even darker than me, especially my black women, it's like I appreciate the representation, but it's not true. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why they made Clementine look like this when there is a photo of her parents, right? She has a black mom and black dad. I think they're fully black, but somehow Clementine, she looked Blasian, right? She like you have a full Asian parent. But anyway, man, she's black. She got 2 black parents. In the series, man, we see her grow from a scared young girl to an absolute beast. You know what I'm saying? So Clementine, she's goated and I love her. So yeah. Now, a recent example that portrays black women in the best light in video gaming to me, and we probably have never seen a greater representation of us in general in video gaming. Hazel in the game South of the Midnight. Released last year in 2025, you play as Hazel Flood, a young woman in a magical southern gothic version of the American Deep South after her hometown was devastated by a hurricane. Now, Hazel discovers that she's a weaver. You ask what a weaver is? Let me explain. It's someone who can see and manipulate mythical threads that bind reality together. Now, the story centers around her finding her mom and healing fractured spirits and places by confronting supernatural beings. I love Hazel, man. She is very well-rounded. She's not stereotypical in no type of way, and I couldn't complain less. There are also many cultural references in this game, specifically for all my black Americans that live in Louisiana. Man, as a community, bro, when this game came out, a lot of black people, we came together and we love this shit, bro, because we never get this type of representation in video games, bro. It was just something magical. But we all know we had a certain group of niggas hating.
Now look at South of Midnight Steam numbers. Let me see, I pulled this up. So it's got only like 400, 300 people playing it. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I feel like there's not going to be that many people that buy this kind of a game, right? Like, that's it. And so this is the issue I think a lot of these studios have, is that they think that they can take a genre that appeals traditionally to men and then shift it to a female protagonist or like a female setting and then expect to maintain their audience. You can't do that. That's just not how it works, right? It's like if you're adding in a character into a video game and like it's an action combat game, if it's a female character, she better have huge tits. And if she doesn't, you're doing something wrong. Like, I'm sorry, because the people that play those games are gooners and guys, and that's what they want to see. You don't give it to them, well, that's fine. They don't give you their money. And this is the problem, is like as soon as studios realize this and they start like listening to players rather than like assuming that, you know, players don't know what they want or like some bullshit.
Okay, so I stopped it, but it doesn't look like he tried to say anything racial. I mean, he did make it a gender thing. So, I mean, you could clap him for that. But, I mean, as long as he don't, you know, tread that line, you know what I'm saying? But to an extent, I kind of understand what he's saying. But this might be an opportunity for us to break the mold. You know what I'm saying? Like, tap into a new market of gaming.
Then we'll actually see big changes happen and we'll see things improve. But it's going to take a while, right?
That white narcissism is real. If it doesn't center these folks, then it's a problem. It's just sad that in 2026, us wanting to be seen more is a problem and will make some folks uncomfortable. Even though all of media throughout all of time, you know, in America has been centered around white folks, man. And it's like, golly, bro, y'all complain too damn much.
All right, what's the next one?
In 2026, my motto is simple. If a game doesn't offer solid, customizable, black features, I'm not buying it. Games claim to have the most diverse customization ever, but can't even get the bare minimum down pat. I don't know about y'all, but I like putting myself into video games. This helps with the immersion. Like, if I can see myself in the character, I'ma like it more. Simple. This is a problem that is bigger than gaming though. The entire world is whitewashed. You know, your essential features are put on a pedestal and everything else is seen as lesser. Lighter skin, smaller noses, straighter hair. Speaking of hair, if I see this shit don't make me mad, bro. Do not make me mad. Nobody in real life rocks this fucking hairstyle. Killmonger has did irreversible damage to these white developers. I promise y'all, we don't like this shit. And even just the texture, we never see this shit represented in the best way. I think this is a big reason why a lot of black people cater more towards sports games. 2K, for example, man, their customization is, you know, it's top notch. We got the black hairstyles, you got the black clothes, you got the culture. Like, we don't see this in other games. I love Elden Ring. I played it for the first time a few months ago and I love the game. But when I was creating my character, I could not make myself look like me. It was like, you know, I felt like I didn't belong there. But there are games that did it right and I want to highlight them.
These motherfuckers at Robber Space Industries done did it. Star Citizen is not a scam.
Nice.
Cloud Imperium Games. Look, they did it. Look at
Nice.
the 4C. Look at the naps, nigga. Granted, the lineups in the year 3000
Look at the naps, nigga.
is trash.
Look at them.
Of course, they had to give us the fucking Killmonger. Got a nigga looking like Big Sean in this bitch. The locks is kind of ass, but they're doing the best they can.
Locks is
Another
trash, but
billion-dollar company done did it. 1 nigga, 2 nigga, 3 nigga, 4 nigga, 5 nigga, 6 pre-made niggas ready to go. No shit about no wiggin' wealth, but niggin' wealth.
okay, got my
must be
hairstyle
what they
on there,
use for their hair.
but my braid's
The
longer than
naps
that.
are napping. The fades are cleaner. We all know that one nigga that got cornrows and shouldn't have gotten them. But this ain't him. Hogwarts Legacy gave us beautiful natural designs. Look at that. She looking at me right now like you see the baby hairs, nigga.
Nice.
That's my little rant. Y'all know I make everything deep. If you're not black, you may think I'm tripping, but just put yourself in our shoes. If you grew up watching everything being the opposite of you, you never see any representation, and then the little representation you see is flawed and also critiqued heavily, you like, you know, you kind of feel like y'all get it. If you are a dev, you know what I'm saying, a white dev watching this video, the research is out there, okay? You can, or hire some black people to be on your team. It's not hard, bro. It's 2026. Y'all can make it happen. I promise you, man, we love a variety of games, but we also gotta feel represented in it. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. If y'all want to see something similar to this, go check out black representation in TV shows, man.
All right, y'all, that's the end of the video. I think it's just a matter of us getting more into the gaming space as far as the development, the story writing, the design, character design and stuff like that. We just need to get more into that. Unfortunately, that is not something that is really pushed in our culture to go into that field. You know what I'm saying? Like, we more so just take the back seat and wait for the game to come out. Like, yo, when that game coming out, and we just play it. But if we really got behind the 8 ball and said, you know what, we want to be a part of the story writing, the character design, the development. We want to learn how to write these games, how to build them, and do all of the 3D graphic design and stuff like that. If we were really doing that, like imagine if somebody African American came up with their own gaming company, developing company, like a Electronic Arts or Rockstar, you know what I'm saying? Then we can do that type of stuff. But until then, I mean, we just got to work with what we got. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know down in the comments what y'all think about that, and if y'all play any video games. I want to get into the video gaming space. I don't play as much, but with me now doing YouTube, I definitely want to do that as a pastime, like stream and play different like scary games and stuff like that. So y'all let me know down in the comments. If you made it this far into the video, like I always say, I appreciate you. It means a lot to me that y'all watch these videos. I put a lot into them. Make sure you like, make sure you sub to the channel. And until the next video, yo, I'm out.